Welcome to The Explainer. If you're tuning in, there's a really good chance you know exactly what I'm talking about when I mention that nagging, hyper-localized lower back pain. You know the kind, right? It's that sharp, frustrating tension you can practically point directly to. Sometimes it even shoots right down into your glute. It totally ruins your day, it ruins your workouts, but according to our source material today, there is a proven way to actually fix it.
In fact, I want you to try something physically with me right now. If you lean forward just a bit and rub your hands across your lower back, you should instantly feel two spots where the bones kind of stick out. We call this bony area the PSIS. Now, if you run your fingers just to the outside of those bony bumps, does it instantly light up with tension and pain? If you can literally put your thumbs right on the epicenter of your back pain right there, well, you're in the exact right place today. We're going to uncover how to completely eliminate it.
So, here's our roadmap for today. 1. The true pain culprit. 2. Testing your hip balance. 3. The instant relief technique. And 4. Long-term prevention exercises.
All right, let's jump right into section 1. The true pain culprit. The hidden villain of the hips.
To really understand this, we've got to completely reframe how we view back pain and honestly, bust a pretty massive myth. Think about the contrast between what you feel and what's actually failing you. You feel pain in your lower back, so naturally, you blame those lower back muscles, right? But the actual hidden villain here, it's a muscle called the glute medius. And this is a rampant issue caused primarily by two things: massive amounts of daily sitting and some pretty bad habits we tend to develop in the weight room.
So what exactly is the glute medius? Well, it's this incredibly hard-working muscle tucked right underneath your primary glute muscle, the glute max. It attaches right on the inside of that bony PSIS area you just felt a second ago. Now this muscle has two major jobs. First, it abducts your hip, which just means it lifts your leg up and out to the side. But the second, and honestly far more crucial job, is that with every single step you take, the glute medius fires to keep your pelvis completely level.
Moving on to section 2. Testing your hip balance. Revealing the imbalance.
Think about it like this. When you lift one leg to take a step, gravity desperately wants your body to just fall sideways in that direction. Your glute medius is literally the only thing stopping that from happening. When it fails, you get what's called a Trendelenburg gait, and this brilliantly illustrates the mechanics of the problem. Instead of staying perfectly level, your pelvis drops on one side with every single step. You lose basic movement mechanics, your body compensates to keep you upright, and boom, you get that localized lower back pain.
And hey, don't think that just because you hit the gym hard, you're somehow immune to this. As our source material points out, there are people out there who can squat hundreds and hundreds of pounds, but their glute medius is shockingly weak. Massive gym strength absolutely does not equal proper pelvic stability. In fact, heavy lifting with a weak glute medius just forces this unequal distribution of weight, which actually makes your pain even worse.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is figuring out if you have this imbalance. Let's do a quick test right now. Go ahead and stand up with your feet shoulder width apart. Now just lift your left leg off the ground. Easy enough? Okay, put it down. Now lift your right leg. Did you have to aggressively throw your weight or shift your shoulders to the side just to stay balanced? If one side requires a massive upper body shift just to get your foot off the ground, you do not have an equal weight distribution. Your glute medius is weak and it's rearing its ugly head as back pain.
Which brings us to section 3, the instant relief technique, the step-by-step release protocol. Look, when we're in pain, our first instinct is usually to grab a rock-hard lacrosse ball, lay on it, and try to just crush the knot out. But the protocol specifically warns against doing this. When your glute medius is already inflamed and angry, forcing your entire body weight onto a lacrosse ball just causes the muscle to resist and fight back. Instead, the technique requires targeted, manual thumb pressure from the top down. That way you remain entirely in control of the release.
Okay, here is exactly how you do this to instantly fix the pain. First, get on the ground. Step 1, pin your thumb firmly right onto that painful spot on your back. Press in hard. Step 2, lower that same side leg until your knee touches the ground. Step 3, push that leg back behind your body into extension, making sure you cross the midline of your body. Finally, step 4, lift that leg up in the air, but make absolutely sure your toe is pointing down toward the ground. This specific downward toe angle guarantees you are aggressively targeting the hip abduction that the glute medius controls. Now for the reps. You're going to floss through this exact movement 10 times. Touch the knee, kick it back, lift it up with the toe pointing down. You'll literally feel the muscles sliding and flossing right under your thumb. Do 10 reps and then rest for exactly 10 seconds. Now for the grand finale.
You're going to get back into that extended, lifted position and squeeze the muscle as hard as you possibly can to completely fatigue and burn out the spasm. Fair warning here, if you have this back pain, it means this muscle is weak, and holding this burnout will feel like absolute agony. But when you stand up after this, you will feel an immediate, almost magical relief in your back.
Finally, Section 4. Long-term prevention exercises, keeping the pain away permanently.
Short-term relief is amazing, but building tolerance so this never happens again, that is the ultimate goal here. The source outlines a really clear structural checklist of 3 exercises to fortify your hips. First is the wall drop. This isolates the outside hip by leaning one arm against a wall, lifting the inside leg, letting your hip drop casually toward the wall, and then powerfully driving it back out. You can do this one daily. Then we have the sack swinger for advanced walking stability. And finally, floor lifts, where you push to fatigue on both sides to really build up that endurance.
Let's look a little closer at this strangely named sack swinger. Yes, the name is unorthodox, and honestly, doing it looks a little ridiculous, but its biomechanical benefits are completely off the charts. You basically take a dog leash or a dip belt, strap a kettlebell or a weight around your waist so it hangs right between your legs, and then you just slowly walk. It sounds way too simple, right? But every time you lift a foot, your glute medius now has to control the weight of your leg and the swinging weight beneath your pelvis. Doing this as a quick warm-up in your gym or, the privacy of your own home will free up your hips incredibly fast.
So, let's see how all of this builds into your ultimate daily hip protocol. Whether you work a desk job or lift heavy, this is your new master checklist. Check your balance with a one-legged stand. If you're tight, use that manual thumb release for instant relief. Execute your wall drops and floor lifts to build up your daily strength and endurance. And finally, utilize that weighted walk before your workouts. It really is a complete masterclass in bulletproofing your lower back.
I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Your glute medius was biologically designed to be active, keeping you stable, strong, and perfectly level with every single step you take. So, how many hours a day are you forcing it to completely fall asleep while you just sit in a chair? You now have the exact tools to wake it up, fix the pain instantly, and keep it away forever. It's time to stand up and take control of your hips. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.